Good morning, everybody. Happy Hump Day, Wednesday, March 4th. It is a fantastic, beautiful, crisp New England morning. I'm out here at Libby Field, beautiful baseball diamond near the Weymouth Public Schools over here in Massachusetts. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things today. Number one, Hump Day, our mentality, where we want to accomplish some things. We know it's Wednesday, we got to get over that hump. But instead of feeling like the day is humping us, we actually can feel motivated, we can feel regenerated, we can feel prepared for the rest of the week. Not necessarily that it's downhill, because what day is really downhill at this point? The average age of people who retire are increasing. So we consume more, we're in more debt, we're heavier, we're most out of shape than we've ever been in the history of the world. And so Hump Day isn't actually truly Hump Day if you're not at the hump, if you're consistently fighting an uphill battle. And so we get into a mindset of making a few changes, doing little things brick by brick by brick, day by day by day, building habits, and thus building new behavior changes. And so before I get into my workout that I did this morning, I did a 1,000 calorie workout today. I was indoors. I called it my Neptune workout because the acceleration due to gravity on Neptune is greater than that on Earth, which means we are heavier on Neptune. And so I did that workout as if I were on Neptune. I added 10 to 15 pounds of extra weight to any of my body weight workouts, and we'll get there and I'll show you an example of what I did for the day. But I wanted to talk about a couple of things besides Hump Day. I wanted to talk about the way our body regenerates itself and how it prepares ourselves for whatever we throw at it. For example, if we have a dose or bout of physical activity, your body is going to respond. Your cells are going to regenerate more mitochondria, making your cells more adaptable to physical activity. You get less tired. Your body's more efficient with oxygen. It's more efficient at using the glycolytic process. It becomes more efficient once that's spent, your glycolysis is spent, utilizing your beta oxidative state or fat burning state, and it becomes more efficient at these things. Nothing in this life comes for free. As long as we as human beings have a perception of time, time thus is a constraint for us. Time is money. We always say it, but we never really implement it and consider it in our lives. So if we are stagnant both physically and mentally, and time is continuing, we degenerate over time. Our muscular strength decreases. Our neurological pathways diminish over time. That which we don't use doesn't just get put away for a rainy day, it deteriorates and degenerates over time. And so we need to expend energy. And everybody's looking for a shortcut to get to Hump Day. And we go chemically induced, we go caffeine induced, we go alcohol induced, we go drug and substance induced. We do fat burning pills induced. In a sense, some of those things are true. However, when we are not expending physical energy and mental energy, we are falling behind the power curve. We degenerate. What happens when you take too many drugs over the course of time? Your body wears down. You're not sleeping. You're not eating. Every pattern, every behavioral pattern or habitual pattern that you have cannot sustain itself because you've been so high, drugs, alcohol, whatever the case, pills of any sort, anything that chemically induces a neurological response of regulating your body systems, your organ functions, things like that, they essentially or eventually will need a break when we are living in an even keel instead of way high too much. What happens when you get too high over the course of a long period of time? And time again is that constraint. You have to come down and you spend more time down. And so we want to live more in the even keel and increase and improve our stock, if you will. Our stock in time, our stock in health, our stock in well-being. And so none of these things come for free. And so when you fall behind the power curve, time's going forward, you stay stagnant. It takes energy to stay up with your time constraints. All right? And then it takes energy to excel. How many people actually excel? Ask yourself that. How many people? And there are different definitions of excelling. but how many actually do? And we're not talking about money, all right? We're talking about success in many different forms, excelling, being successful. It was successful for me to get up at 4:45 a.m. this morning, listen to my daily Stoic, get my Marcus Aurelius on, prepare for the day, think about the things I'm probably going to think about, and have a plan for when I think about those things that are negligible. I can get rid of those things. They're not going to affect me. They're gone. Boom. I get to the gym. I do my 1,000 calorie workout, which I'll show you here in a minute. All right, guys. It's very nice to be inside away from that wind finally. I almost got blown over on the way to the car. So before we get going with the video and I show you the gist of it, I just want to make this clear. This isn't a universal workout. This is a workout to reduce fat. This is a workout to target the beta oxidative energy system. So if we're looking at strength training, strength conditioning, muscular strength, muscular endurance, this would be more of a muscular endurance and cardiovascular endurance. The strength will suffer for this. You will get stronger. But if you're looking for ultimate gains in terms of how much resistance your muscles are able to lift by doing resistance training, heavy strength training, then we would want to tailor it to where we would use glycolysis to do so. But we're getting rid of glycolysis by conducting ourselves on Neptune, all right? Heavy cardio, a lot of METs or metabolic equivalents. That's the units we're going to use to measure the amount of work it takes to do a certain exercise. Specifically on the cardio machines, you'll see on their displays that gauges how much work's being done, how many calories essentially you're burning while doing this workout. And so we want to get rid of the glucose, the blood glucose, boom, immediately. And during that process, we talk about liver function and things like that. The liver is going to undergo gluconeogenesis, during which time it replenishes slowly over time the blood glucose or the sugar in your blood to be used as energy. So we want to target that, but at the same time, it's not going to be enough to sustain. So we have to breathe heavier in order to take in more oxygen and burn fat, essentially. I won't get into all of the molecular details or things like that, but this is what we're doing, and that's the gist of this workout. So if you want to lose weight, all right, if you want to become more efficient, you want to gain mitochondrial count, because we're going to have an increased heart rate nonstop. These are short breaks. This is a tough workout. It's not going to seem tough. You're not going to break a sweat. You're going to break more of a sweat listening to me bump my gums about this stuff than you are watching my video. It doesn't seem like much, but we're talking about strength training. We're talking about muscular strength, muscular endurance, and cardiovascular endurance. We're talking about a mindset. It's hump day. What day is it for you? How do you feel about today? What do you have going on today? What can you spend time doing to alleviate some of those mental obstacles that a lot of us, many of us, according to statistics, have daily? So that's what this workout is all about. Some of it's difficult, and if it's not difficult, we can increase the volume. If it's not what you're looking for, I certainly do whatever it is that is needed to be done in order to facilitate the results that we want, the goals that we want to accomplish, all right? And so this one is for beta oxidation. This is for burning fat. This is for gaining strength and burning fat. It's more of a holistic approach, but that's where we're going to do it. And so enjoy the video. All right, and so to begin, we're going to use our cardio, 10 minutes of cardio. We'll go straight from there after our 10 minutes, after we increase this cardio to heavy, meaning we want a lot of METs. In between 14 and 16 is what I was doing. I'm a little more advanced, but if you can get a higher number beyond 10, beyond 6 is considered high intensity. But if we can get more, keeping that heart rate increase significantly, we move straight after into the pull-ups, which are weighted pull-ups, dive bombers, and then jump ups. We're going to do 3 sets of each. So we go 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1, one after the other with short breaks in between each set. And so we're going to do 10 minutes of cardio, and then we're going to do our circuit times 3 sets, all right? And that's set 1. Good job. All right, so we finished round 1 of our circuit training. Our glucose is low in the blood. It's trying to be replenished by the liver, and it's not enough, so we are targeting our beta oxidative state to to burn fat cells for energy, which means we have to breathe harder, and that's exactly what we're doing right now during our second heavy cardio set. 10 minutes, amp up the Mets. We want high performance, keep it up as high as you can, keep it consistent. If you have to take a little bit of a break and slow down, catch back up eventually, right? We talked about time and staying up and keeping up, all right? We don't want to degrade ourselves. We want to continue to improve even during the workout in that moment. So we finish up with 10 minutes and then we move straight on into the leg press machine. This is heavy amount of weight. I think it was 350 pounds that we have on this equipment here. I'm doing 3 sets, but one set of that, and then I move into the standing flies and the seated rows. I think it's seated rows are up, and then standing flies, and we're using a lot of weight with these, and we're doing in between 12 and 15. Sometimes those reps decrease because I run out of energy, and that's just as simple as that, and that's a good thing. So you can either reduce weight and finish the sets, or you get back off and start again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that is our second round of circuit training. All right, so we finished our second set, our second round of our circuit training, and we're gonna move into the third and final round, which is gonna start with our Neptune heavy cardio. Remember, Mets increased, heart rate still increased. We took a short break. You need a water break, you need to breathe, and then come right back to it and get ready to go again. So we're on the elliptical machine right now, and we switch straight into what I call Jimmy burners, which, as you can see, you're gonna elevate up onto the parallel pull-up bar. Parallel bars are much easier to do this maneuver, this exercise, than the other way. And so we do that, and then we do our lunge pose med ball twist, or in this case, dumbbell twist. Whichever resources we have available, that's what we use. We adapt and overcome. And so we do those 3 times, and we finish that third round, and then we do flexibility and cool down, and we are done for the day, baby. Back to you, Jeremy, outside. Enjoy that wind. And that's what we do. This is how we do it. So it's a beautiful morning. I'm telling you, I thank God every day for the fresh air, beautiful sky. Baseball diamond, it is baseball season. And by the way, the Houston Astros, man, I watched the Cardinals turn a double play on SportsCenter this morning. Dude not hustling the first base, there is no excuse for that. He thought he had a base, ripper right up the middle. Second baseman snags, I believe it was either second baseman or shortstop, one of those dudes, but they turned 2. And the batter didn't even sprint to first, man. That kind of upset me. As a manager, I would have been upset. So what do? We hustle to first base. It's hump day. Do not let the day hump you, rather hump the day. As far as the liver goes, the liver helps regenerate. As far as the liver goes, it's very windy. I gotta hold my camera now. The liver regenerates itself over time. If you make behavioral changes, you've got to stop consuming as much alcohol, if not, period. Eating far less sugar. Fructose is very, very bad, especially when we're eating it in large quantities. The majority of it goes to the liver, where it becomes damaged when it's exposed to that type of work environment. It degenerates over time. The liver actually replenishes your blood glucose slowly over time. And the more efficient it is, the more healthy your liver is, and the more you perform physical activity over an extended period of time, the more efficient your liver will become in doing such things. We can do different types of home remedies. Yes, those things assist. However, when we're not eating our vegetables, when we're not eating our fruits, plant-based diet, not meat, not sugar-based, like the majority of people, not carbohydrate-based, plant-based. When we do plant-based dieting and we're getting our nutrients and our vitamins, our organs are able to perform their tasks and functions to its full capacity. Keep that in mind. Have a fantastic hump day, everybody. It's Wednesday. Yes, we're almost there, but are we really? Or is it just beginning? The spring's coming up. There's a lot of energy in the atmosphere. I feel it. Baseball season's around the corner. I still have faith in baseball, and so we should have faith in ourselves at least. If you can't have faith in baseball, at least have faith in yourself. All right, have a great day. Go Buckeyes. Number 1.